gonna make the profiles boom, 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 boom. What they is, I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is and what it ain't. What it is right here on Gunner's Profiles is real life, real talk by a real one who really did it. What it isn't is added preservatives, man. We're not gonna feed you bullshit. We're not gonna lie, vato. Straight up. There's the elephant in the room. That motherfucker's gone, huh? We're here though. Now trip out. What I wanted to talk about today is when lawyers get knocked, right? ¿Sabes qué? It's every vato's fantasy, right? To have a fine lawyer like pinche Johnny Depp has Camille, right? Little nalgona, little torta. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. Everyone likes Arby's. Que no? Okay, hike. Here we go. In a menudo style in a direct fashion, this is a little story that came across my plate, man, that I wanted to put out there. I kind of wanted to profile it a little bit about a Jaina. You know, a Jaina who was a defense attorney out of Las Vegas, Nevada, Clark County, right? Now, this chick, unbeknownst to her boss, everybody, she was the type of female, man, that if she took a liking to you, she took a real liking to you, right? And she liked young Chicanos. She likes sureños in that fashion. So I don't even know if a norteño could have slid in, perhaps, right? But at the same time, we were never to find out. At least not yet, right? But anyways, she found herself with a client. Okay, I'm not going to use the vato's name, man. He's still doing his thing. But anyways, she found herself with a client, and she started to become romantically involved, allegedly, with this client, right? You know, it starts off innocent. And this is every vato's fantasy. You walk in, you got a freedom-ass fucking lawyer, like, let's get bang, bang. I feel like chicken tonight, right? You're trying to get your culebra on your snake. You're going to slither and throw little fillers out there. If the hyena fucking reacts the right way, ¿sabes qué? You already know what it is, man. Noodle time. So she started to reciprocate this vato's, you know, his little fuck, the way he was looking at her, the little feelings. And they started to become involved in a relationship that materialized and basically happened over a 5-year period. Right? The vato would be in and out of incarceration. Now, when he would get out, ¿sabes qué? He was giving her the jalapeno toma, right? He was giving it to her. And then the cool thing about it was, I'm all happy, eh? Because I wish I had it, right? When he would get locked up, this was his defense lawyer. She came to his defense like a motherfucker. So anyone knows that lawyers are able to facilitate different types of visits. And she started to come late in the evening, letting the correctional staff know that, hey, you know, I have long hours. I work in the office. It's better to pull him out in the evening so we could discuss his case. And of course, things were going on allegedly where he was able to use her cell phone to chop it up with his camaradas, his people, lay the foundation down for what he needed going on. And of course, they were getting a little frisky. You know what I mean? Just a little bit. You know what I mean? Hey, all you need is a little bit. You know what I mean? So don't be mad. You know, you can't be mad at the vato. He had it his way, like motherfucking Burger King. And she loved it. You know, she was loving it. She was really feeling it. She liked the situation. She was attracted to the thug, right? Well, unbeknownst to him, she also had a lot of other clients that she was doing a little bit of the same thing for. Now, what happens with these hyenas? They become brave, homes. And it happens with the male lawyers too. So I just don't care about them right now. They start to become brave. They become brave and flamboyant with their shit, and they got enough for everyone. ¿Sabes qué? It's like a buffet, homes. Hometown. You go in, ¿sabes qué? And everyone goes hometown or home down. Homies are down for whatever. Hey, and there's nothing off limits. Hey, ¿sabes qué? That lawyer, that's my hyena. I say, shit, bitch. You know what I mean? ¿Sabes qué? She's everybody's lawyer, eh? I'm trying to get out. And in and out and in. And that's just what it is. So she was having a relationship with several other individuals, allegedly, or at least maybe not sexual relationships, but she was doing a little too much, more than what her job entailed. So what happens is she ends up getting caught. They end up the correction staff realizes that she's doing a little too much, and they bust her actually kissing on this guy. And she's saying, no, they're just hugging as friends, and that was only a peck on the cheek, and it was all professional. And of course, what do you expect the hyena to say? She was sticking to her mud. Hey, that's what she's supposed to do. You know, eventually what they did was they put a case on her. Okay, they put a case on her, and it was being fucking over familiarization with the inmate, and it kind of fucked up everybody's program. Now, at the same time, she went to court. She ended up getting probation on this. She ended up catching a few little things, whatever they wanted to give her. They were going to disbar her and everything. And somewhere along the line, this active Southsider man, who was actually functioning at a high level over there in Las Vegas. He was from a homegrown Las Vegas barrio. He gets caught up. He gets caught up, finds himself in a situation. Now, you got to understand, prior to this Vato was a notorious guy in Las Vegas. He had been involved in a melee, a riot, while incarcerated in prison, and actually did get shot in the face during this riot. So he was well known to all correction staff. Basically, they didn't like the Vato. You know, when someone gets shot or something, it's like a standoff, homes. They don't really like the Vato because they know the Vato's about the business, but at the same time, they done already hit him once. They don't want to be the ones to do it again, right? And it's like that. So he's a notoriously known inmate. So they're even madder, bro, because he done knocked the motherfucking lawyer. But what they didn't know is this had been his bitch. This had been his bitch in and out of prison. You know what I mean? The shit was real. So they were feeling some type of way. So they started to, of course, take things out on him. And him and the girl, it's just like your typical relationship. He was actually with this hyena. He gets out, and now, I mean, she's already done. She's no longer a lawyer. She no longer has that coming. Or I think she was suspended for a time being. Because they couldn't really prove necessarily that they were in a relationship. But she started to get brave. They started to post pictures together on social media, kissing. They're all out and about. Hey, this is me, man. You know what I mean? I'm with the fucking lawyer, man. Right? They were together. Basically, they were together, and that's what it was. That's what it was going to be. The love was real. But just like any other relationship, they were on and off again. You know, they would have arguments. So she wasn't the best looking fish in the sea. I mean, look at her. She looks like fucking Mr. Burns from The Simpsons, right? With long hair. So the bitch wasn't the best, but I mean, she was knockable. The homeboy got at her when he needed to, and she was able to facilitate everything that he needed. You know what I mean? Especially arguments. So now, what happens is he gets incarcerated. And, you know, because the Vato was in and out of prison, man, county jails. This is just what he did. And he finds himself caught up in a situation where, you know, his name's in question within his gang. His name is in question within the organization and what he's got going on there. And he needs this chick to facilitate some more shit for him, right? She's not feeling it. They're on an off again type thing. So she's like, Charlie Holmes, you ain't got nothing coming. And he starts to trip and he starts to threaten the bitch, allegedly, right? Hey, trip out, you're going to do this or you're going to do that, or I'm going to say this and I'm going to say that. Now, of course, he's in the wrong for even suggesting that he would go that route. But you got to understand, Vatos are going to say and do whatever they can, Holmes, to get the upper hand, to make her do what he needs her to do. And where this takes a cold twist is he doesn't realize that she was fraternizing with a lot of other Southsiders, allegedly, a lot of other Vatos that she was having these cordial relationships with, or maybe more, right? So it's okay, maybe she found a new shark to bite the nalga. Maybe she found a new Vato with an 11 like gun. Maybe she was just disinterested in what he was providing and she wanted just a little bit more, right? Whatever the case may be, she got back at him, and there's text messages that are out there where she's saying, hey, you can't threaten me, because he's threatening her. Hey, look, bitch, I'll have homeboys pull up to your pad. You're gonna do what you're gonna do. And the shit don't stop, man. Just because I'm locked up, you're out there, you gotta get me. You got to get me right? And this chick starts to basically get at Vatos that are incarcerated and put a hit out on this guy, allegedly, right? There's text messages. I do have copies of the text messages, man, that were, that I seen. I'm not going to post them up there, man. If you want to look it up, you could look it up. Her name's Alexis Plunkett. And you can find the text messages. They're online, definitely. Google me, right? So trip out. But within these text messages, she's having a conversation with one of her partners from her firm. And she says, you know what? And she thinks she can open herself up to this chick. This chick ain't going to say nothing. Come on, man. You should already know better. You know what I mean? She's going to say something like that. So she opens herself up to this chick and she tells this chick, yeah, whoop-de-whoop threatened me. I ain't taking it lightly. He must not know who he's dealing with. I already got out all the homies throughout the state. They're going to hit him no matter where he goes. And of course, this other chick is like, hey, you can't speak like that, Alexis. You shouldn't be talking like that, especially to me, because I'm going to tell on you and all that, right? But she's venting. She's venting as a woman, you know. Nah, fuck him. He doesn't know who he's playing with. I'm the wrong one. I got a lot of other clients that are with the business. I fuck with all the Southsiders throughout the state. They're all the homies. The homies are going to do this. The homies are going to do that, which is funny to me because trip out. Okay? All of a sudden, it's the homies, right? All of a sudden, because you sucked a little chorra, it's the homies. You know what I mean? Hey, I gave my money to 3 right there. They're the homies. Nah, they're more than the homies. Bitch, you better act like you don't know me, right? Straight up. But anyway, she was trying to facilitate this guy's murder, allegedly. It's a cold game. It's a cold game when you're dealing with women that are scorned, right? Now you say to yourself, well, he threatened her first. Gun, what do you expect? She was just getting her get backs. I ain't mad at her. You know what I mean? She was at an all-you-can-eat buffet, right? Doing her thing. And then at the end of the day, man, she wants to double back on the guy because she's not really feeling him anymore. And he makes some threatening remarks. And after you gotta understand, they've been going through this shit for several years. And she wants to try to get this vato hit. Now, of course, he finds out because she threatens him like, hey, you're going to get hit anywhere you go. There's some kites that are getting flown around within that system with her name on them. She was trying to do that. She was trying to facilitate that allegedly, right? And so he threatens her back and forth. He goes back and forth, whatever. He finds himself in better standings. And it's fucking, the slate's wiped clean and fuck that bitch, right? She gets caught up. Of course, the chick turns her in, shoots the text messages to the cops. She gets disbarred. She's no longer a lawyer, and so on and so forth. Now, I've seen it happen time and time again. Not necessarily lawyers, but I've seen a lot of fucking correction officers and a lot of chicks get knocked. Case in point, the bitch in Fresno. Utterly her bulldog. The Bulldogs knocked them one. That bitch is bad, right? I'm gonna keep it real. My old lady's probably gonna get mad, but at the same time, hey, it is what it is. That's not right. The bitch was bad, right? And she got knocked in the Fresno County Jail. She was a correction to what degree a correction officer? I can't. Why would they? I ain't never seen a correction officer in my life that looked like that. But so I was scared. Hey, I ain't been around the world and this chick was in there just twisting them, right? Allegedly, fucking this vato gave her the who's the Mac right there in front of 11 other inmates. And, she was doing whatever she was doing as a knocked correctional officer. Lawyers, corrections officers, it's all law enforcement, man. She was getting knocked, right? And it became big. It went viral because of the way she looked. Of course, she looked real good. So I was getting real good. The wind was blowing that day. You know what I mean? It was cold that night. But just, I think what really went viral with it, the real reason was she didn't care. She went and did her time when they caught her. She was like, fuck it, that's it. She got out and she was like, this is me, man, right? And she just continued to progress and make an OnlyFans straight up, right? Sometimes these hyenas get liberated. They feel liberated. Once they're busted, and maybe it's the best thing for them, they really ain't got no CO in them. You know what I mean? They'd rather have inmate in them. And then they come out and now they're free. They don't have to pretend to be something they're not. And they like that thug. You know, every bitch likes a little bit of thug in them. We might fight amongst each other, but I promise you this, when they're done, they'll try to get you hit to live and die as a CO. Bang, bang. So look, Trip, I've seen it. I've seen it with my own eyes. I'm going to tell you a little story. I told it before, but I'm going to tell it again, right? Because it just feels, it's that type of day. So I was incarcerated, man, and I used to kick it at the table with the homeboys. And I remember there was a younger homeboy, smooth-looking character. I ain't going to lie, man. Water was fly for a fucking brown guy, right? He was just chilling, doing his thing. You could tell he had a little swag about him, and he was a type to knock. Oh, that's all he talked about, man. I was out there. I got a bit. And he did. He had mail coming. He had a cantina, always on point. This vato was out there knocking him. Hey, I wasn't mad at him. I ate part of the spread, too. So, it's okay, I was winning by proxy. And what happens is I started to notice something was fishy going on because the CO kept giving him the googly eyes, right? And she wasn't the best-looking bitch in the whole ocean, right? She was kind of like a squid she was a mix between a squid and a porpoise, if you know what I'm saying, right? The purpose of her being there, I don't know. I mean, pussy's pussy, you know? Anyways, so I could tell something's going on, but I'm not voicing my opinion. It's nothing for me to tell. I was out of state at this time doing time. So it wasn't like a Califas. It was a whole different type of program. And so we're chilling at this table, it's day room homes, and I'm like, hey, I just couldn't hold it anymore. I'm like, hey, you knocked that one, huh? He's like, how can you tell? I said, because, bro, she's been looking at your peepaw for the last 10 minutes. So again, I'm over here trying to swing my shit. She hasn't even turned. That's I feel fucking bad about myself. My self-esteem. What's going on here, eh? Right? He's like, nah, you know how it is. And I said, damn, bro, tell her bring us a frao or something, right? So he's like, hey, straight up right there, palabra. He's like, come here, right? She's over there and he's like, hey, I got to roll, because he had already had tobacco. He's like, I got to roll cigarette, block us. He had the placa blocking us, serio, right? I was like, what? Big old knot going on right there, sitting on the table. I'm trying to feel it and shit, act like it's him. Let me touch it. Can I touch it? Let me touch it, right? He's like, why don't you touch it, right? I'm in that motherfucker like that. He's rolling the thing. She's looking over her shoulder. I'm putting my hands down. She's like, how the fuck is he rolling a cigarette and grabbing my ass at the same time? He says, hey, look forward, bitch. Doesn't matter, right? So we're doing our thing. What happens is they ended up she starts messing with another guy. Just like I said, what happens is these hyenas can't just get one. Oh, they just can't eat one Twinkie humps. They like the cream filling in the middle. Just go, I'm going to try this one and that one and that one. They get a little greedy, right? A little selfish. She starts to have a inmate staff relationship, allegedly, with another vato, an Africano vato, right? And there starts to be inner turmoil between the Africanos and the homeboys just based on this situation. People are fighting over this bitch, right? Sasuke, she's feeling it. Yeah, oh, I'm the one. You're the one for me. Oh, you're the one. No, you're not the one. Sasuke, you're the one who's going to get booked if the homeboy loses his life over you, right? So trip out, watch out. What happens is, these two homeboys, they end up finding out what's going on. I don't know if she cracks or she breaks, but they end up going to the oil. They end up going to the oil and, she gets moved to a different building. Now, her husband at the time was a sergeant, so she had a little jugo. She had a little juice. So she just gets moved to a minimum where she continues her activities, right? The shit don't stop. And what happens is her old man, he had heard about the rumors, but of course she was like, nah, that never happened. These guys were fighting over me because they were in love with me, but I never let no one touch my nalga. So no, right? And he believed her, like the baboso that he truly was, right? Until this time, until it was finally over, right? So she's working on at the minimum facility for a while. It's outside of the gates. And what happens is she ends up fucking going on vacation or something, and her old man has to come in to work some overtime on that minimum facility. And he's literally right there posted up, and he's searching some vato's cell, right? And when he's searching his vato's cell, he starts looking through his pictures. Then he stops because he notices, God damn, this vato has the same couch as me. God damn, man. His hyena has the same panties my hyena has. Orale! Even the same mole on her ass, right? Bam, he realizes it's his hyena. She done sent pictures with her head cut off to this vato. It was a bad situation. I remember it blew up all over prison, man. They had a big old argument inside the facility, at home. She quit. He was on the verge of fucking whatever he was on. They had to put him on potty water. It was just a bad situation. And we were laughing. We were laughing because it was just another notch in a convict's belt. She got knocked home. She didn't know how to act. She should have just kept it corrected. Just kept getting the people from the homeboy. He would have been real nice, right? Everything would have been good. We would have been able to have all the frowns we needed. A little phone time here and there. And the winners were, right? But of course, these hyenas, as well as these correctional officers, they can't do that. And I'm going to tell you another little story. Trip out, I'm in the oil. Not the oil, the shoe. And I'm posted up. And there was this black guy, man. He used to walk by. He was cool. And this is out of state, of course, again. And he was cool. He was a sergeant, man. He used to pass things for people, allegedly, you know what I mean? Not necessarily fucking filero, things like that, but a little toupee, little sopa. He was just cool like that. He was one of those vatos you could identify with. You could tell, man, he had a lot of love for the raza and for the Africano and for everybody. You know what I mean? But he showed us a little bit more love, a little bit more attention. And so I remember one day he's walking by. He's like, hey, you ain't going to be seeing me no more. I'm so Sasuke, damn, I got a package to shoot to the homeboy. Shoot it. So he shoots it, comes back. He's like, hey, you ain't going to be seeing me no more. They're transferring me to this women's prison. I said, yeah? What you going to be over there? He goes, they're going to make me a captain, eh? I said, nah, bro, you're a baboso. How they going to make you a captain? He goes, it don't matter, Holmes. I'm going to be fucking all the bitches. Right? I go, you're too much, right? We're laughing. I'm thinking he's playing. About 3 months later, Holmes, I get the newspaper. He's on the front page like that. He done got like 3 of them impregnated. He told me, hey, the vato, at least he was real to a man of his word, right? I can't deny that. Anyways, man, I just wanted to tell the story, man. It's weird how, shit happens in the corrections, in the California Department of Corrections as well as Nevada Department of Corrections in other states. But it's all pretty similar, man. It's all the same thing, man. These hyenas feel like chicken tonight. Chicken on the bone. Bam. And ponle, there's plenty of vatos that are ready to give that to them. With that being said, just a couple funny stories, man, to get your weekend going. It's Memorial Weekend. I want you guys to have a great weekend right here from Gunners Profiles as well as Gunners Collective, where I'm dropping boom baggity hits. Make sure you guys tap in. Remember, at the end of the day, man, it's all about entertainment. It's all about having fun, man. I just wanted to tell a few stories, to give you a light weekend. That's good. It's Sunday. I'm in trouble. I got to go pray. Because I'm over here talking about Arby's too much. With that being said, I hope that you move fast with a purpose. I hope that you get everything that you want coming to you. Remember, at the end of the day, it's all about struggling and striving for your familia and for yourself, man. Put a smile on it, huh? Put a smile on it one time. If you like these stories, please hit that like and subscribe. If you don't, you can hit that thumbs down. Heavy as the head that wears this Baltimore crown. I'm just wearing it because it matches. I've never even been there. Bang, bang. This is the gun, humps. Gunners Profiles. I got bangers coming this week. Super bangers.